Hello and welcome back to the story playthrough for The Secret World. And this week we will be speaking and doing the quest with John Wolf near the kindergarten with very interesting sound effects, namely the children that are all dead. We will do one of my favorite quest lines in this region, which is the haunted house. We will learn a little bit more about the secret club that the children had some time ago. And it will be fun. I hope I can get everything done in around about an hour, because then I have to go and sleep. As usual, we will first talk with John. He doesn't have that much dialogue, so it should be relatively quick.
Boone and I, we go way back. We may disagree on many things, often and vehemently, but we do agree on what's important. We share a common goal. As long as there's darkness, we will carry the torch. Here. Everywhere. Nothing will grow if the seed be not sown. I see us as gardeners of the mind. We instill hope where we can, the will to fight where possible, the spirit to persevere where necessary. How did we end up here? This is where it all begins. There are places worse off, more dangerous, darker. But it begins here. It begins now. Where it all leads, I don't know. Neither does Boone. We're going to see it through. Wherever it takes us. Human life is like the dew of morning. The body of man is like a flicker of lightning existing only to return to nothingness. But that doesn't mean we won't take up arms when that infinite darkness comes to claim us. It's not the sun that threatens the dew of mankind or electricity coursing through clouds. It's something unnatural, something old and angry and bitter. And it has no place here. Before I learned the mysteries of this world, I saw mountains as mountains, oceans as oceans, and earth as earth. When I began to gain knowledge, I came to the point where I saw that mountains are not mountains, oceans are not oceans, and earth is not earth. But now that I've got its very substance, I'm at rest. Once again, I see mountains as mountains, oceans as oceans, earth as earth. The secret world is truly not. It's the world in front of us, above and beneath us, no more secret than the sun and the moon in the sky. Of course, there are places and things concealed to most. I lived once in a place I cannot return to. Can't find again. I've searched everywhere, but it's lost to me. Many masters have told me that I'll only find it once I stop searching for it. But how can I? That's like asking a man blinded to stop looking for the sun. It's impossible. I believe it has nothing to do with me searching for it or not. When Miracle wants me back, it will have me back. Not before then. So I keep searching. And one day, maybe, that place will reveal itself to me. Once again. I don't spook easy. I've spent nights in houses so filled with spirits I had to perform exorcisms to take a dump. But that burned house up there, the Black House, that place got me breaking out in goosebumps. Not spooked, not that, but affected. In a bad way. It's a cold place. Funny thing with that house. It wasn't haunted before the locals made it so. They were so afraid of witchcraft. They never gave a single thought to what witchcraft does and doesn't do. After the house burned down, they got far worse than magic to contend with. Anyone walked within 100 yards could feel it, like nails on a blackboard. You look for evil in people. Sooner or later, you'll find it. Even when it wasn't there in the first place.
Now, there are many interesting points in this area. There is the Atlantic Island Park, which has something to do with the occult. The Innsmouth Academy, also having something to do with the occult. And the Black House. However, the Black House or the and the Overlook Motel. So all these three things happened roughly, and all of these three locations happened roughly with something that affected this one person in the Black House. And that's why this is in particular probably my favorite quest in the area, because she's one of the most innocent people in all of this, in this entire region that were involved in these incidents. And all of these three basically have something to do with it. So let's go into the haunted house. There's the Black House. Take that one. Find a way to enter the house, and I believe you have to go through the back, if I remember that right. And I love this, like, hear the sound of it? Like, there's so much sound, and then there's the blood dripping down here. Right, search, we have to go to the ground floor first. There's something. All of this blood. There's a newspaper clipping. I think we are safe for now. Whoa. Alright, let's go out for now. I'm sorry. Don't cry. Okay. Outside Miss Killian's home, that's her name, the homeowner, the fire is believed to have broken out sometime after the crowds left. Volunteers from the Kingsmith Fire Service arrived on the scene containing the blaze before it spread to the nearby woods. They were unsuccessful in their attempt to save Mrs. Killian, whose body was later recovered. The house, built by Miss Killian, did not conform to county safety regulations, and the fire is not being treated as suspicious. However, anyone who knew Miss Killian or was present at the night's demonstration is asked by Deputy Hanneman to attend a meeting. Bannerman attend to a meeting at the town hall. All right. Some more clues. Now we can go upstairs. And I think the achievement that I failed is that you have to do it in a specific time or something. So let's ignore that. Let's get that. And we can read that. We have to read that after, because the door should be shutting close. Yeah. Alright, here we are. Good thing I remembered. When I actually did the first time that quest, I actually died because it took me forever to actually shoot the door. Oh, look, down there's another one. Anyway, now we can read the image. A short funeral service was held this weekend for Carrie Killian, who in recent tragic circumstances chose to take her own life. The service was unattended, but our pastor has asked that all townies of Kingsmith take a moment to reflect on the importance of community. The town council generously provided for Miss Killian's cremation and a personal funeral plot near her home. She was laid to rest Sunday. Now, one particular thing, you actually need to know the entire story. You actually need the honeycombs. And since we do not have the honeycombs right now, Mrs. Killian was a psychic who was a singer and lived here. And she was always like the outsider, similar to Miss Rougette. She had basically the same problem. And because of her outsiderness, people became afraid of her. Because, unfortunately for her, there were 2 children went missing. You already know the 2 children. And the townsfolk accused Mrs. Killian that it was her. And as I was reading, the demonstration took part. And the house caught fire. No. A strange candle. Right. There's another one. The picture. Carrie's will. I, Carrie Killian, a resident. Am I getting attacked? Anyway. I, Carrie Killian, a resident of Solomon Island, state of Maine, declare this to be my last will and testament. In the first case, I wish for the proceeds of my estate to be gifted to charity, on the condition that such organization is outside this island. I have given these people all the charity I had and been shown precious little in return. I suspect they will be glad to be rid of my memory. In the second case, I wish for my body to be cremated upon death. In the third case, I ask that my ashes are not buried in this bleak and hard soil. Instead, scatter them onto the sea, where time and tide might carry me away from the events that have transpired here. And unfortunately, she was laid to rest at the house. Therefore, we will be saving her. Alright, there should be another one. Oh. There are 2 here. Well, let's take that too. Right. And there is a grave. The grave of Carrie Killian, a sinner in life, may have burned, find grace in death, 1948 to 1987. Huh. Alright. No. I did not pay enough attention, goddammit. This one? Oh no. Alright. 1 second. I need to heal up. I don't saw it. I have to see it again. Maybe this one? Also not. Crap. I did not saw it. God damn it. Was it this one? Nope. Alright, then it's this one. Alright, 1, 2. Nope. I should have paid attention. So it wasn't up there, so it's this. Oops, sorry. And this. And this. And then this. There we go. Alright, let's get the on.
Quick access inventory updated.
And bring her to a spot where she actually wanted to rest. All right, so yeah, so there were 2 kids vanished, and they blamed Miss Carey. And on top of that, at the same time, other things happened. There was the incident at the motel. The incident at the motel, and all of this together, basically they were like, can I just, do I have to do that here?
When I was a kid, we built a treehouse out of scavenged wood. Lasted one long summer before the autumn winds blew it apart. Had time for my first kiss up there. Sweet as August apples. The fallen blossom never returns to the branch. But you only lose what you cling to. There's a treehouse north of here. Built to last decades, solid as the oak it's in. Kids who built it were part of a club. Called themselves the League of Monster Slayers, without a hint of irony. Because that's exactly what they were. See, the window between worlds has always been open a crack on this island. Things would sometimes slip through. Kids knew that. They feared it. But they still wanted to fight it. So they built the clubhouse as a lookout, a library, a base of operations. Been there for decades, Red tells me. Kids would grow into adults, pass the torch and the key to younger generations, so it went. The League abided, as did the treehouse, until now. Forest around the treehouse is alive and deadly. I found out the hard way. Almost got myself killed. Seems the Akab are particularly fond of that spot. Or they want to keep us out. Perhaps the kids kept something in the treehouse. Something the moths are afraid of. I wouldn't underestimate the League. Before the mountain, and by the grace of nature, I was allowed to realize I am only a child. Club I was part of didn't fight monsters or practice magic. But we did practice other things that long, hot summer. All right. So mostly we just talked about it into the warm nights. But that was almost as sweet.
I would like to point out, slipping through is kind of an understatement. A very big understatement. Alright, let's see. We got things. I can't pretend to know what awaits her, though. I trust it is kinder than that burned estate. You have done all concerned a service. Holding the threshold against forces that never belonged on Earth is work enough, let alone factoring in those which are too human. Consider there are billions of people. The simple mass of the violent and unfair and produces thousands of lost souls lingering. Mercifully, many have slim powers over reality, or are less antisocial in their mourning, but all wait for a fairer rendering of justice than they received in life. Such a tragic figure. Truly, truly tragic. Alright, the next one is the Justice League. They are also really interesting because, like he said, things slip through, even though that's kind of an understatement. Quite the understatement, especially in this area. But the treehouse leader has some interesting implications regarding another NPC in this area that is actually up here. There we are. There's the treehouse. I'm there. Anyway, I noted I was actually the entire time muted, so I have later to check if actually all my reading and talking about Miss Killian and her very unjustified death was recorded. If not, I will simply redo that at another time, namely at the end of this area, when we put everything in a neat little package. Anyway, hello, the League. The League had a initial ritual, and they have the ABCs of monsters. So let's do that one first. 1. Poke a dead body in a dead man's canyon. 2. Find the shortcut to the Devil's Fork. 3. Enter the caves of the Sleeping One. 4. Spit in the Black Pool. And 5. Enter the God Cave. And this is basically where they are. And on the other hand, here is their Oh no, I can't read it? Oh, I can. Good. The ABC of monsters. League of Monster Slayers. A is for ACAP. Habitat in ground and in forest. Powers moves really, really fast. Weakness? Question mark. B is for the boogeyman with a big dumb hat and a walking stick. They are pretty close on that one. We will be meeting said boogeyman later too. C is for crab monster. There's a question, how the hell did they already knew the crab monsters? D for the deep one. E is for Eldritch Zoidberg. G is for a giant zombie, but you already have met. Scared of fire and flowers. H is for a hairy spider. I is for incognito. This monster, I believe, is part of the event, if I remember that right. J is for Jinn. K is for Kingsmith. L is for Locust. We will meet them also later. M is for... Oh, I know who that is. Mr. Montag. He is the headmaster of the Innsmouth Academy. And he wears blue gloves. And we will meet him later too. Then N is for the night monster. O is for Odin, which we don't quite meet, but he has something to do with the story. P is for the Pumpkin Man. Q is for the Queen. We met that one. R is for the Ragman. That's the Raven people. S is for the Sleeping One, and that's the one that we are going to meet. T is for the... I can't read that. U is for Miss Usher, which also happens to be a teacher. Sorry about that. My daughter wanted to say goodnight for like the 4th time. And so we said goodnight for the 4th time. Anyway, Miss Usher. We will meet also Miss Usher. V is for Vampire. W is for Wendigo. X is for Zibalband. Y is for Yeti. And Z is for a zombie. Alright, and with that, we learned what we needed to learn. Find the dead man's cave. Let's find the dead man's cave then. Let's take the slowest walk possible. That the kids chose this place as their home is like, terrible, just terrible. A quicker way actually to deal with that damn ladder is to just jump off here and die. Alright, let's go right over here. Let's see that man's cave. Maybe poking at that body after we got the honeycomb, because EXP. Alright, it's dead. We poked the body. Then we need to find the shortcut. I do have to say I don't have the greatest build for this particular region. But nonetheless, we made it to the shortcut. Now we're going to the Devil's Fork and we have to go into the cave of the Sleeping One. And here we'll walk around here. There we go. Alright. Kill the Shadowrunner, which happens to be right in there. It's actually a bad idea to stand in there because it will do damage over time. Alright, next one. Go into the cave with the Sleeping One. Basically the point here is to wait until that Sleeping One walked all the way past you. See? And then you basically run in here and pick the black rose. And now I have to wait because he is about to come back in. I'm not sure he's actually going to see me. He might actually going to see me. We'll see. Great. I'm kind of screwed here. Now he's sitting there and sleeping. While we are hiding here. No, he's awake. Let's wait until he moves again. And when he is outside, we will be running out. Now imagine you would be a kid and doing that. That must have been scary. That probably was their hiding space. Alright. We're just waiting a tiny little bit. Alright, and we made it outside. Yay us. And now we just go past him and gonna go and spit. Of course. Alright, so you go basically here. We will take that with us. This little pool has been completely inundated, something like this, by a black putrid liquid. Samples taken from the black water could prove useful for your faction's HQ. Alright. Alright, kill the victims. That's not too hard. 1, 2. Someone else. Alright, everything is dead. Now we just need to go to the God Cave. I hate these things. Like, of all the enemies in the early areas, these are the worst. The Akabs. They are very, very, very annoying. And actually, this area was really hard when you came out of Kingsmith and to this area. It was really, really difficult, actually. Well, would you look at that? They found the entrance to Agatha. And here's a little note. By the powers handed down to me from VD and the drops of our blood and spit on this paper, I, DD, do declare that completed the initiation ritual and is now a sworn member of the League of Monster Slayers, protectors of Kingsmith since 1983. 654312. Actually, I'm gonna write it down because there is a safe up in the tree that you can open, and that's the combination for the safe, which I believe belongs to another quest. So I'm not gonna go there right now. But I'm pretty sure, if I remember that right, there's a safe. Anyway, the Black Pool. No limits in what a little trip in the country can yield. I hope you brought your water-purifying tablets. The black substance is a curiosity, and the whole thing bears a resemblance to what happened in Tokyo. 3 weeks and our scientists are still baffled. The samples you sent, however, should provide us with an excellent opportunity to figure it out. That it affects humans on some debilitating level seems beyond question from your report. You were right to put those unfortunate victims out of their misery. One can only hope they are in a better place now. And this is actually, the quest does have a very interesting, thought-provoking thing, namely that they still had thoughts. They were still talking about things. They were not like the zombies, but instead they were still semi-human, turning into something. And this is basically the first hint that well, we leave it at this. It's a hint. Because we will get later to the part of the fog and what it brings with the filth. Anyway, next. The League of the Monster Slayers. All things considered, it's the least disturbing ritual you have uncovered on Solomon Island to date. We generally frown upon the do-it-yourself confrontation of evil. Even so, our shield cannot be everywhere at once, and in the United States, where Illuminati absenteeism has allowed horror to breed behind every picket fence and astroturf playing field, but the ordinary person is left little choice but to confront the darkness. Yes, another generation with a will to take up our fight is welcome. We should endeavor to provide them a future in which to do so. Aww, that's nice. Alrighty. Then now we go back to do the last quest for this young man. Huh? Yes, we want to move. Probably should click the right things. That poor house. You probably hear in the background actually my husband laughing. I believe they are playing Rocket League and are very excited about that. Oh look, another quest. Taking the purple. Agent dossier. You have a low chance to acquire an agent dossier when completing this mission. Oh, it's a low chance. Both are level 17, so let's go and have a chat.
Either you've chosen as bad a time as any for a long weekend upstate, or you're here to do a day's work in the name of whatever master holds your leash. In that case, you've come to the right place. But you're not the first to come looking. Hate to break it to you, my friend. We've had all sorts skulking about. Illuminati, Templars, Dragon, Phoenicians. It's like a gold rush. They smell power, and they want a piece of it. Fishermen by a rocky shore, winds blowing wildly in a boat unmoored. Storm is coming. Boone and I, we've split the good work between us. He gets the cushy assignment up by the doorway, holding the hands of rookies. I get Deadwood here. He has a waterproof tent and hot food. I get dank cellars and animal crackers. At least I get to play with more than rotting corpses and pale ghouls. There are strange things going on down in that abandoned amusement park. And not just an old-fashioned haunting. It's an evil place. Born of an evil man, and the souls trapped inside are screaming to be let out. Heaven and hell are both in the hearts of men. But water too pure has no fish. We need evil for good to exist. My advice to you, keep your shoulders up and your weapon drawn. This is not a good place. And whatever hides here got a taste for life, for taking it, and swallowing it. To know the road ahead, they say, ask those coming back. But if you come across bodies, there's really no need to ask. You'll know which road you're on. Keep fighting the good fight.
All right. Now we will make our very first trip to the Atlantic Island Park, which was built by Nathaniel Winter a long time ago for a very, very, very specific purpose, which unfortunately also ended up in Miss Killian dying. Oh hi, there actually is a corpse. Look around for more corpses. It's such a creepy one. They did such a good job with this. Like I feel like the entire area is great. I love it. Alright. Continue down the road. More corpses. Hello. Why are there so many dead people here? Alright. There's a house here. Right up there. And as you can see, Phoenicians. There we go. Let's locate check the hideout. Which, if I remember right, yeah, it's right here in the back. Let's check that out, Jorby. No, I already know what they are actually doing in there. But still a little fun. Oh yeah, it does move. There we go. I'm just waiting until it goes back. There we go. Computer. Let's disable the camera first. And then let's check out the logs. Arrival. Airdropped into the middle of hell. This mission went faster than anything I have ever seen. We hadn't even been in the area for a few hours when shit just started coming at us out of the sea. Kept the squad together and located a safe house. Contacted HQ and said to stick to the primary object, Atlantic Park. We spent the day setting up surveillance. All primary cameras are in place. Tracking has been set up for each of them to make them easier to find again. We saw Winter's son in the car park, apparently unharmed. One additional camera was placed to give us a good idea of his movements. We need to know where his father hid those plans. The plan. I don't know what the significance of Atlantic Park is to the organization, but this is madness. 3 of the squad are already dead, but the local wildlife saw to that. I don't know the plan, but I hope this park is worth it. 2 more men have been lost to Solomon Island. Worse, it seems that other parties have taken an interest. The cameras are showing new groups penetrating the area. Some of them are clearly affiliated. We have identified Illuminati and Templar agents. Request for backup has been sent. This is out of hand. There are enemy agents all over the island. We are abandoning the safe house for a tactically sounder location. I will monitor the location remotely and have rigged security on the surveillance, which I will check daily. There you go. Not a lot surveillance state. Oh, we forgot the tracking device. You probably should pick that up.
Quick access inventory updated.
Alright, let's check the cameras. Yes, we would like to leave. But yes, they are keeping an eye on this. Whoa, at least give me a second here. There we go. I guess now I just killed them all, huh? Okay, let's find us the cameras. This one here is also really interesting. Like, oh look, there's a person. Hello, person. There you go. I helped you. Alright. 1 camera dead. So, the second camera. I'm trying to see if I can remember most of the cameras. I probably don't, but oh, there. Alright, where was the third camera? Was it somewhere in there? Oh, right there. Alright. Find the final camera.
Radar module activated.
And it should be
Item
right there.
located.
And now the squad leader, where is he? Oh, there. Now we're killing the squad leader. Oops. Jump. Search the area for the Phoenician. That's new. I don't remember any of that. The Brotherhood of Phoenician Sailors, Justus et Patiens. New orders. Ensure the plans are located in a timely manner. The contract specifies by the end of the year. Failing to meet the deadline is not an option. All methods are authorized. Buyer has added another clause. There is also a small item of great occult power. It was confirmed on premises last year, potentially composed of multiple pieces. Briefing sent separately. A deal breaker if not located and included with plans. I cannot remember that at all. That's new. That's very new. It certainly wasn't in the original version. Anyway. That's... Oh no. That's the wrong one. That's not me. That's you. Do you need help? I can help you. Here. You're welcome. Good job. Alright. Let's go back to our friend for one final mission. Hello. Jack's back. Jack-o'-lantern has bad history with the old Henderson farm, and John Wolfe has seen him skulking around the pumpkin patches from time to time. He wants nothing to do with him, but won't stop the curious from finding out more.
The key to long life is, apparently, to sit like a tortoise, walk like a pigeon, and sleep like a dog. I have trouble with the first two, but I can sleep through anything. Even here. Word travels fast in this place. And the word is you've met Jack-o'-lantern. I've seen him down near the rides, mostly at night. He's drawn to this place like the bear to the honey jar. He's got history with the farm before it got turned into an amusement park. Bad history. But I keep out of his way, and he keeps out of mine. My battle's not with Jack. He's all yours, Kemosabe. You'll, want to watch out for the will-o'-wisps. They're a good signpost you're getting close. That, and the pumpkins. After meeting the melon-headed freak face to vegetable, I lost my appetite for pumpkin pie. I just keep seeing an eye in there.
Alright, but we will do that one in the next episode because it's almost an hour, and it's I have to go to bed because I have to be at like 7 a.m. be at work. So let's finish the Taking the Purple quest. There's only one member of the Secret World that would open fire on another member in public without making the least effort to avoid a scene, and only one that has the gall to wear purple. One expects to come across a struggling Phoenician informant every now and then, but an aggressive militant outfit of this kind is spectacularly rare. Nathaniel Winter saw something in the amusement park. He poured his fortune into it. Now the Phoenicians are willing to crawl out of their sewers and kill for it. Assume the absolute worst. And the absolute worst it is. He is not wrong in that. Alright. That's it for today. Next week we will finish the Jack is back quest, and then we will visit Nathaniel Winter. Not Nathaniel Winter, his son, the other Winter. And check out the amusement park. And I hope that maybe I will do it on the weekend or something, because that requires a bit more time. It's quite a lot. However, the quests are like really fun, and the amusement park has a great atmosphere. All right, thanks for watching.